Earlier this year, I resurrected the Uniprobe using more powerful and stable pulse electronics. I've been using it in my videos and have received many questions about its operation and applications. In a nutshell, the Uniprobe is a self-contained pulse metal detector built into a set of DetectorPro Grey Ghost headphones. With a flick of a toggle switch, you go from hearing your detector to instantly hearing your probe. Here are some of the most common questions. Is the Uniprobe difficult to operate? There are 3 control knobs. You want to set the threshold to where you barely hear an audio response. The volume level, you like to keep it all the way up and use your detector to control the volume unless you have an older machine that doesn't have a volume control. The frequency knob is used if you find you're hearing chatter from outside interference. There's also a compatibility push button switch that is only functional if you're using an older style metal detector with your Uniprobe. Once these controls are set, the only switch you will be using is your on-off toggle switch to hear either your detector or your probe. Another question is the Uniprobe powered by plugging it into a wireless module or metal detector? The answer is no. The Uniprobe is powered by a 9-volt battery and does not need to be connected to a metal detector in order to work. Use a coin to open the headphones and install a quality alkaline or lithium-ion 9-volt battery. The probe looks thin. What kind of depth do you get with it? The probe is actually quite a bit thinner than your standard handheld probe, but it has excellent depth. Handheld probes go about 2 inches for coins, but the pulse circuitry in the Uniprobe can hear coin-sized targets around 4 inches deep in the air. Like with any pulse detector, depth is always better with targets that have been in the ground. Does the Uniprobe detect targets the same as a handheld probe? It is different. Pulse circuitry is always adjusting to ground conditions, so you can't hold the pinpointer stationary over a target because it will tune it out. A slight side-to-side motion is all that is needed. When I'm not moving, it disappears. As soon as I start to move it, but if you hold it over it, it tunes it out. The next question is the Uniprobe waterproof? The probe is 100% waterproof and can be totally submersed. There it is in the water. Now we'll drop a coin in there. This is helpful when your hole fills up with water. They ask, will the Uniprobe work around wet saltwater sand? It absolutely will because of the pulse circuitry. And also, what about that heavily mineralized dirt from Culpeper, Virginia? And we happen to have a tub full right here. And I'm going to use this button that was found down there years ago. That's a Eagle Coat button found in Culpeper, Virginia. And we're going to put it down a couple inches in this red dirt. It's a little damp. With standard pinpointers, if you turn on the probe and put it to the soil, it gives you a false signal because there's so much iron in the soil. So you have to put the point down when you turn it on. So here we go. It's off right now. We're going to turn it on. Now it's tuned to the soil, and it's not able to hear that coat button. Now you could hear the Uniprobe will readjust itself and then tune in this dirt. But you could hear at 2 inches down, loud and clear. So it tunes out the surrounding dirt. Here we have dirt that is actually much worse than that red dirt from Culpeper, Virginia. This is from the gold fields in Arizona, and there's extreme amount of iron in this dirt. That's dirt. There's so much iron in it. When I take the magnet away, the dirt falls right off. But this is really, really rough conditions. You need a pulse machine to detect this kind of dirt. Here we got a 0.75 gram gold nugget. A little tiny thing. And we're going to put it on the dirt from Arizona and just put it underneath slightly. And now we'll take the Uniprobe. Okay, now you'll hear when it approaches this iron dirt, it retunes right away, and then it tunes it out. Once you press it up against the dirt, it tunes it out, and then we'll go over the gold nugget. Here we're showing a sample of the different cables that can come with your Uniprobe. The one on the left is for the CTX. The middle one is a 1/4 inch, which works on a variety of detectors. The one on the right is for the Manticore Equinox. We also make it for the Nokta detectors and also the AT series detectors. One of the most asked questions is, where did you get it and what are the costs? So for the basic unit, they go for $199 with the 1/4 inch plug setup, and it goes up to $219 for the XP Dea setup. They're available at well-noted retail outlets such as Myers Metal Detectors, Big Boy Hobbies, Serious Detecting, High Plains Prospectors, Colonial Metal Detectors, Sports 365, and several others. Thanks for watching, and don't hesitate to reach out with any questions.